I don't think it can. IRT Kaya going out for his lap first then. I'm gonna actually shut my door. Give me a second. Okay, so Kaya will be the first to set a lap. He is absolutely blitzing down the straight. We've got two people watching already. Good. I actually am gonna untangle my headset. Give me a sec. Let me just turn on all the telemetry for you lot and for me. Okay, so who will be following Kaya on their lap? It'll be Kookaburra and the Mercedes of Shocker to do their laps before or after Kaya. My bad. And then also is that Reese or Wave behind? It is Reese. So we have probably the three faster drivers on the grid. I can't hear the game. That's really irritating. But yeah, we have three of the fastest drivers behind Kaya starting their lap, and I reckon it'll be close between the three of them, including Wave, because of course he is very. What happened? What happened? Sector 1 with the McLaren. Maybe a spin. Who knows? Anyway, turn 1 goes Kaya. Let's see if he's been practicing. He does lose the rear a little bit, which will cost him a lot of time, but it is his banker lap, so you never know. Maybe even if he does set a good lap on this one, which I don't think it's going to be, he goes very wide through there, and Kookaburra is closing in on Kaya while trying to do his lap, and we all know that Kookaburra is much faster than McLaren, so I think Kaya is going to have to move out of the way here, otherwise will he be done for impeding his lap? I don't know, but he is going to have to get out the way, because Kookaburra might have to cancel his lap because Kaya is just too slow, and Kaya might have to go round again. And I can see an incident happening because I don't think Kaya is moving out. Kaya's moved out of the way. Kaya's the goat. Kaya knows. So it will be Kookaburra to set the first lap, and I'm pretty sure anyway, because he's gone over Kaya. And what happened to Shocker? Did he spin? Did Shocker spin? Shocker has had a spin and is in the way of the Haas, and has did he impeded the Haas of K1, who are, oh no, K1 has invalidated. What is Kookaburra gonna do? He's gonna pit. Okie dokie. I guess the first person to cross the line then will be, I am so confused right now. Reese. Reese will be the first one to cross the line. Shocker must have had some sort of incident. But as Reese comes around the final corner, what is he going to set? It's going to be a 143 point, well, pretty much flat. Can Shocker produce a faster lap? No, he is also boxing. What about Black Charizard? What's he going to do? A 143.6, that's 6/10 off pole. So, definitely improvements to be made, but these are everyone's banker laps as Wave jumps the Red Bull by quite a lot, by another 6/10. So could we be seeing another Ferrari 1-2 without Gabby from the fraud? Hmm. Um. Sorry about that, Gabby. Wave is taking your space, and it's already looking like more of a 1-2 than it ever was with you. and it's, I'm pretty sure, Wave's first time in the Ferrari in F2. So yes. Who who is next to go across the line? I think it is Naismith. And what can he do? What can he is a second down on Reese. He is having a lot. He was in the F1 division, but now he is dropped in in the first race. So that is definitely not good. What is Kaya going to do? Kaya is 4 seconds off the pace. Kaya, you might have to do a bit better than that, mate. What is Reese is coming into the pits. He is going to try and go for another lap. He's going to try and go faster than a 143 flat and try and get it into the 142s. And let me tell you, it is doable. Who do we have? Do we have anyone new coming around the final corner of the track? We have Bananas going down the final straight. If he is on a good lap or a bad lap. But I think it's a bad lap. Because he is boxing. So it will be an Aston Martin of TMF, and that's 2 minutes and 2 seconds, and that is going to be way too slow. And that puts him last. You know who I am interested in? I'm interested in K1 the Haas. He got pole position last week in Zandvoort, as I predicted it, because I'm a very clever man. And that he went from pole position to last. Some unfortunate events came his way, and it didn't end up working out, which is unfortunate considering he definitely has the pace, and he did say he has been practicing in the Discord quite a lot, so I'm pretty sure he could do it again. Oh, TMF has a quali ban, which I did not know about, but it seems he does not care because he is going for a lap. He has invalidated, so he might just be speeding around to retire himself, but it has been 10 minutes almost, so I think he just doesn't care. But TMF, if you are watching this, you have a quali ban, meaning you are not allowed to set a lap. So if you could retire, then that'd be great. But K1, it's looking like a good lap. So far, so good. I am not aware of any sort of... I have no clue on how to tell if he is doing well unless it says he goes purple in whatever sector. But that doesn't usually mean he's going on a fast lap or he's going to get pole. So he does go purple in second sector. So he could be on for a very good time here. Maybe not pole, but he could be on for a very good time here, as in sector 2 there is a train of cars. I'm pretty sure Dylan, who has not set a lap, is being impeded. Or no, he's just invalidated. So, where is K1? K1 is going through the bus stop. Will he mess it up? No, he will not. Will he take pole from Reese? No, he won't, but he will put it P4. Now, for a banker lap, that is really not bad. He is about 4 seconds off of Reese, but that could be subject to change, as we find Reese starting his lap again, so it could be subject to change that he's even farther off of Reese. But Reese is a 1/10 and a half up in sector 1, so it seems that Reese may have made a couple mistakes and he might just have the pace here. What about Kookaburra? Is Kookaburra going to set a lap? Because I think he might be one of Reese's only contenders in the top 3. As well as Shocker, but I'm not really sure about his pace at the moment because he hasn't been attending the last few races, so I'm not sure about how quick he is. But Reese, I'm pretty sure will be coming around the few final corners. Nope, I am wrong. Kookaburra is only just behind him, and I'm just gonna check. Reese is 6/10ths up. What kind of mistakes did this man make? Because at the moment he's on to be 4/10ths off of the 1 minute and 41s. So fair play. What's I can't really tell how much Kookaburra's up on him because Kookaburra has not set a lap yet. But what can Reese do? He is going to do a 142.2, so he upgraded about 6/10ths on his lap, and Kookaburra's going to put it P2 with 4 seconds off. 4/10ths off of Reese.
Not a fraud.
Reese is most certainly not a fraud. Yes, but his past teammate Gabby is, and everybody knows it. He was the fraud of F2 and now he's the fraud of F1 if you exclude Chimp. Now, K1 did box. I really want to see K1 do well because I feel like he can get a good redemption for the last week's race. Now, what about the Ferrari of Wave, who is fraud from Darwick? 8/10ths up is Wave. Is he going to put it on pole? No, but he does put it P2. The Ferrari 1-2 is still alive without fraud from Darwick. I think Wave deserves to be booted up, and I think he should just replace Gabby because the pace difference between those two is evidently it's a lot. There's a lot of difference. If Ferrari can get a 1-2 with Wave after Gabby tried for a whole season and failed with Reese, there's gotta like open somebody's eyes at least. And I'm not just trying to like take a shit on Gabby, but like it's true. Wave is fast. Wave is definitely the underdog for this race, I think. He will do well. There are still 3 Can I count? Yes. There are still 3 drivers that haven't set a lap yet. TMF, I don't think is aware that he has a race ban, or at least he is and just doesn't care. Because he is going for a lap. He does not... If someone here can... invalidation and he spins, that's the most calm, and he goes back on the track while people are taking a lap. He's got to be the representation of I don't give a shit I think I've ever seen. If someone here can tell me like the penalty for having a quali ban and just not, and just, you know, does quali, what is the penalty you get for that? Is it just a race ban and a quali ban, or what, just a race ban? Because I'm assuming that like if you don't follow the rules of the quali ban, then surely you shouldn't be allowed to do the race. But I don't know. That might just be me. That might just me being dumb. But is Lippy on his outlap? Lippy is on his outlap. I'm not sure about the pace of this man, but considering how he just went through bus stop, I don't think he is. Fasile has retired. TMF, also known as. I think he's just been let. I think Josh has just let him know that he has a quali ban, and he has taken note of it, and Ebar is beefing with BoltBot in the Discord server. So, things you love to see. Dylan has not set a lap, and I'm pretty sure does not have a race ban, so is he just like messing up every lap he does, or is he like, has he got a quali ban as well? There is no way to know. Who is that going on a lap? Matty Rambo with a 143. He's weaving left and right to warm his tyres, but mate, you've got like 90% of the track still to go around, mate. So I don't think warming your tyres is going to do anything. I think you just need to pelt it round, because you only have 2 minutes and 45 seconds, and warming your tyres is going to cut it close if you're just weaving left and right and maybe causing yourself to spin. Because you are a second and 1 minute, and no, I'm actually stupid. A second and 4/10 off of the pace. And you used, if I'm not mistaken, you used to be F1, or was that Omar? I'm not sure. Omar is yet to do a race, but this is K1 has been disqualified for blocking the pit lane. How have you managed that, mate? So K1 finished last in Zandvoort and is now impeding all of the drivers on their laps. Wait, hold on, were they on a lap? Hold on, I need to check. Who was that? Was that Kookaburra? That was Kookaburra, luckily on an outlap. What about Bananas? Okay, it was Black Charizard. It was also on an outlap. K1, you're lucky. Count yourself lucky. But K1 finished last in Zandvoort, and now he is starting last in Spa. K1, mate, I think the season's finished. You can, yeah, I don't know. Unless you can make some like crazy comeback or some crazy start off the line, your luck's just not taking you anywhere. I'm sorry. If it's taking you anywhere, it's taking you like back down the stairs to the depths of F1 22, where everyone was a fraud and was terrible at the game. Because the game was terrible. Now, why is Sector 2 purple? Yellow. I'm colorblind. That's an Aston Martin of Zlippy, who did a 142.8. Good enough for P5, but like that's so far off of like P1, and Reese is on another outlap. He wants can Sector 2 yellow go? Okay, so there's 30 seconds left in the session, and Reese has to get to the end of the track in those 30 seconds. And if Wave is on a lap, so we could see an improvement. Has he improved in Sector 1? We are about to find out. He is down on his time, but only by 400ths, so you never know, it could change. Will Reese make it across the line? 5, 4, 3, 2, and he made it. So Reese going on a lap. Wait, hold on, did he just improve, or am I blind? No, he didn't. Okay, he's on a lap. Can Reese improve? Is the Ferrari 1-2, is the dream alive? Wave has the opportunity to prove Gabby a fraud, and the way his lap is going right now, I don't think he's going to do it, because he has invalidated. Kookaburra has the chance to take away the Ferrari 1-2 in quali, but he invalidates. Kookaburra invalidates, and there's only one man left to do it. Shocker. In the Mercedes. I mean, I might be disregarding another driver who might be able to take the spot, but I think that driver was K1, and he is disqualified. So 4/10 up is Shocker. That currently puts him P5. Can he improve by another 8/10 to take away the Ferrari 1-2? I don't mean to be a bummer, but it's looking very unlikely. What's he gonna do? And it's, whoa, funny number, 4/10 and 20 hundredths up, or down even, on his time, or up. He improved on his time by that much time, basically. Reese has invalidated, but I do not think that anyone else has the ability to take this away from them. And there's my audio, bloody hell. That's loud. The Ferrari 1-2, for quali at least, has been kept alive. Kookaburra invalidated in the beginning of midway through Sector 2 or so, and could not take that away from them. He could not improve by 3/10. So that's your qualifying grid. But considering that the race is it's on Spa and tyre deg is quite harsh, I'm interested to see the different strategies, because I'm pretty sure nearing the end of the race, or is that for F1? I can't remember. Hold on. Is that for the higher division? I'm pretty sure. What was I saying? I got a message and now I'm completely I've lost track. But it got cancelled, by the way, so that's why I'm doing this. But drivers on the grid. Oh yeah. Is it raining in F1 or F2? I shall find out for you now. F1 weather. Okay, so it is going to be fully dry for F2. Fully dry. So, interesting strategies. I'm sure there'll be a variety in setups as well. Who will come out on top? Honestly, I think it'll be Rhys. He's just faster than everybody else, as I've seen so far. Yo, Palata 72. What are you saying? If you would mind telling me if you are anyone in particular with a different Twitch name than to your online ID, then that would be great. But 5 red lights, and away we go. Rhys gets a decent start on Wave. That's really loud. And will there be any turn 1 drama? No, not really. The the Aston Martin gets forced off a little bit, but he is completely fine as he moves down a couple positions and almost commits more terrorism. What about through El Rouge? Everyone is being pretty clean, but the McLarens do collide, and one almost gets sent into the wall, but no walls have been touched just yet. So a lot of chaos going on right now, as a couple drivers are being forced off the track. How is Rhys holding off Kookaburra in first? There is a decent gap, but Wave has been overtaken by Kookaburra, so Wave is going to have to make sure to try and fight for that position for some solid Ferrari points, which they need in the constructors to try and take it away from Mercedes, who have a pretty comfortable lead right now, if I'm not mistaken. But Shocker needs to take over Bananas. I'm pretty sure Red Bull are third in the drivers' constructors, so you never know, they could be in the fight as well. But Black Charizard sitting down in 8th. He's going to have to improve a lot, and he is currently leading a train of the slower part of the grid, I'm pretty sure. K1 making an overtake on Kaya, and it gets spun. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not sure if he spun DRL Smith or he got spun, but nonetheless, K1 makes it up a position and is slowly on his way to the points, and almost loses the rear as well. He's not having a good time. What is going on through? Is there anything happening right now? There is an Alpine trying to get. Dylan has overtaken Shocker, and will the Alpine make the move as well? No, he can't quite catch up in time, and he's used 70% in ERS just in the first lap and a quarter. So that's not going to do him any favours during the end of the race, because in this game, earning ERS back is like a chore. So that is going to be a problem for him later on in the race. If he cannot keep up without ERS, he will find himself losing positions, most definitely. But I think right now he is just trying to keep behind the Mercedes to try and get into that DRS, to try and get a free overtake on the next lap. It does seem like he's trying to formulate a move on him right now, but will it work? Will Shocker defend enough? It seems like he is, and the Alpine not giving. Oh, and Slippy's been out. Slippy's been taken out by the Alpine. The Alpine really showing why Alpine are frauds. Shocker's not going to be happy with that. Shocker's now out of the points and has given K1 an opportunity to pounce and try and climb back up the positions, and it is a safety car, so not good for the soft runners. Kaya has boxed. What's he gonna box for though? I think this might have to be a 3-stop strategy. All when I thought the racing was going to be clean. There might have been a few collisions here and there near the start of the race and towards the end of the first lap, but that was crazy. Matty Rambo a bit too eager to overtake the Mercedes and gives the Mercedes a good time up the rear and spins. And the Alpine gets away with it, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure Shocker is gonna let him get away with it after the race, when I think tickets will be coming flying out left, right, and centre. So as we are in safety car conditions, can the safety car end in the first of just one lap, so I don't have to sit here and talk while these drivers go slowly around the track for no reason? But while I wasn't looking and was more interested in the rather humiliating crash, Red Bull are P5 and 4, and Kookaburra has taken the lead away from the Ferrari. So Ferrari is going to have to try and get a good launch off the safety car to try and take the lead back from Kookaburra, because Reese is going to have to wait another couple of laps if he wants the DRS, and it's going to be interesting if Kookaburra can try and take himself out of it. And in the Discord, it seems Matty Rambo is saying he will take responsibility for that incident, like it's going to matter, because I'm pretty sure Shocker is still going to be rather fuming with that incident, as it also caused another driver to actually DNF from the race and get sent into the wall, where one of their tyres flew off and safety car has not come in. So this will give people an opportunity to box, which nobody will, and I don't see why they would. What are the tyre situations looking like now? We have K1 on the mediums. Why am I doing that? Here we have K1 on the mediums and Dylan on the hards, and the rest of the grid, that's softs, mate. We have K1 on the softs, Dylan on the hards, and everybody else is on the mediums. Kaya has a 2-lap advantage on the tyres, but does he have the pace advantage, considering that he is not very good at the game? To be honest. Unfortunately, I think he will get left in the dust, considering he was a minute behind in Portugal. I don't think he's going to be able to keep up. And Shocker is going to have to make a massive comeback if he wants to. He's going to have to make a massive comeback if he wants to capitalise off of the incident that he's been involved in. But I do think, are there any track penalties being given out? No penalties been given out. Have there? Well, let's have a look at race director incidents. So we do have a few track limit warnings from DRL Naismith. So he is one track limit away from obtaining the first penalty of the race. So safety car will be in this lap, and we will be resuming the race with 17 laps to go, I think, if I'm not wrong. Was there a collision there or something? Does Shocker have broken wing damage? Shocker's wing is A-okay, it looks like it. So, Kookaburra, to start the race off, to try and get the launch off of the Ferrari, I'm going to go on board with the Ferrari and try and see what kind of launch Kookaburra can do, because I feel like I could get a better understanding of Kookaburra. And Kookaburra has gone. Kookaburra's got the fattest launch on Rhys, almost a second up. But Rhys is gaining. What has that done to Wave? Wave's been caught off massively, and so is Bananas. There is a massive separation between third and fourth. I think the Red Bull is gonna have to use all his ERS if he wants to stay within the track limits, the DRS zone of the Ferrari, if they want to secure some decent points in the constructors, because they're gonna need it, as Ferrari and Mercedes are both quite a lot faster pace wise. And there's been an incident, and who is that? Shocker's been involved in another incident with I'm pretty sure that's Naismith, and there's a BSC, but I wouldn't be surprised if it gets turned into another full safety car, but it seems like it's calming down. Naismith has no front wing, and Shocker, is he okay? It seems he has no wing damage. He has escaped absolute fraudulence. And he is obviously not, it's obviously not great for him, but he could be out of the race. He could be doing much worse. The VSC, and he speeding under the safety car. He now has a drive-through penalty. So if his only hope now is a safety car after he goes through the drive-through. But a massive gap has formed from the Ferrari of Wave and Rhys and Kookaburra. Well, more so P2 and 3. There is a 2-second gap on the drivers, pretty much. But Rhys is still in the DRS zone of Kookaburra, so Kookaburra struggling to get out. Rhys, they both used an equal amount of ERS, but Kookaburra is trying to use it to try and gain the acceleration, trying to get away from the Ferrari, but I don't think Rhys is going to let it happen, as he is also using ERS. I think he's going to try and make an overtake this lap, as he's gaining a couple tenths a second, as he's gained 3 tenths through sector 1, but he has used quite a lot of ERS compared to Kookaburra. Or no, I'm completely wrong. They have used the same amount, but Wave is probably dropping off because he hasn't been using his ERS. He has been saving it and has only used 10%, which, if you think about it, really isn't any compared to the Ferrari and the Mercedes, who are leading the race by quite a comfortable margin. All they have to do is just not make a mistake and focus on their own battle, and they should be A-okay. But Dylan, I'm pretty sure, might have got some broken wing damage, or some wing damage from that incident, because he might have been involved, because I did see an Alfa Romeo go off the track and he has just boxed onto new softs. I think the hards might have been the smarter decision if he's trying to go to the end of the race and take advantage of any safety cars that might come out in the future. But more importantly, I'm pretty sure DRS gets activated this lap. Rhys with the fastest lap of the race. Is DRS activated this lap? It is. So Kookaburra is going to have to, I'm pretty sure, cede the position from Rhys, because I don't really know how he's gonna fend off of this. He gets the DRS and he's flying down the main straight. Is he gonna make the move? He is going to try, but he's not close enough. And Kookaburra stays in the lead for now as Rhys disobeys track limits and goes over the white lines, which I think probably gave him a warning to go towards a penalty that may come later on in the future. But can Rhys stay in the DRS and have another shot at Kookaburra? And Naismith has finally gained that time penalty, which will go towards his time at the end of the race, but I don't think it'll matter as he is 11 seconds off of Shocker. And Shocker fighting, not really, but trying to fight his way back up to the top spot where his teammate is currently sat. 90% of the grid is in a Mercedes sandwich, but Kookaburra leading the race and Shocker in last. I think Kookaburra is going to be the one to gain the big points for Mercedes, since they really need it in the constructors, because if Ferrari are pulling off podium positions every race while one of the teammates are slumping for the Mercedes, it's not going to look good for them, and it will see Ferrari winning the Constructors' Championship. So Shocker's really going to have to put some effort in here if he wants to gain back the positions and gain some points. But a battle between Black Charizard and TMF. TMF is going to get the DRS, but Rhys is also going to get the DRS. Can he make a move? He's just too far back. Kookaburra is able to gain the time in the rest of the lap to get away and get out of the DRS, but Rhys he's just not able to take advantage of the DRS that has been handed to him and actually make a move stick. And I think he's going to have to use some ERS if he wants to make the most of it, as he's got 10% more than a Mercedes. So you never know. If all he has to do is just use some before DRS activation or during DRS activation, and he will be good as gold to make that overtake and potentially get away from the Mercedes, because he has the advantage. He has the DRS. He has the ERS. He has everything he needs to make the move. Kookaburra does not have an advantage nor a disadvantage on tyre wear. So DRS past the finish line will give Rhys what he needs to try and catch up. Can he make it through DRS? And Naismith has retired on track, which will cause a safety car, which is really bad for Rhys, as he was probably close enough to make the move on Kookaburra, and Kookaburra has been given a little bit of breathing room for now to try and keep a hold of this lead and refill his ERS, which will no longer give an advantage to Rhys, who might change. We might see a pit stop from the whole grid here, apart from Bananas, who's just boxed. Has there been an incident that I've missed? I think there might have been, or they've done the smart decision and box before everybody else, and we could see some position changes here, and this has brought Shocker back into the race. He is last, but he's on the hards. Now I think he can get to the end on those, but it'll be hard because there will be probably more incidents, which will allow him to get up to the top spots. And there's also been a lot of incidents too, which will guarantee a lot of people some more positions because of time penalties that will be handed out after the race. as we head into lap 10. There is 12, there'll be about 13 or 14, no, that's completely wrong, 10 or 9 laps left of racing, and as drivers head into the pit lane, what tyres is everybody going to be moving on to? It's going to be a medium for the Ferrari, and what about the Mercedes? It's also going to be the hard compound. And does Wave come into the pits? He does. This could allow Wave to catch up, and potentially we could see a 1-2 if Kookaburra struggles on the hard compound. Lovely helmet design, by the way. But not really too much of a jig up on the grid, apart from, of course, Bananas moving down to P10, and potentially P11, as I'm pretty sure he had wing damage, as he's only just come out the pits. And this is another boring section of the race where people there is nothing going on. And I'm just while this happens, I think I'm just gonna do something. 100 viewers, goddamn.
Just Iconics fraud.
Oh, Ross, you are not gonna have that from Gabby. Gabby from the fraud has piped up, and he has called you a fraud. I wouldn't allow that personally.
In the fraud.
Some beef in the chat going on right now, whilst
I don't even have one franc 23y.
I'm pretty sure it's literally impossible for Ross to be a fraud. And is safety car gonna come in this lap, please? No, it's not, because Bananas has not caught up. So Gabby, it's safe to say that he is engineering Reese through the stream. It's almost insanely obvious. Since Gabby is now a
well done.
And McClenny is in the chat as well. Could be seeing a 2v1 teaming up on Ross, who is also in the Twitch chat.
I'm not engineering anyone.
Well, I know you aren't. You haven't got anyone to engineer. I'm talking about Gabby.
I'm watching City.
Who is actually winning, and who are they playing against? Because I don't really care about football. I saw they're playing like Burnley or something.
Have engineered Dylan.
Could have engineered Dylan. You could have, but you didn't. So, how about you engineer one up on Burnley? Is it Burnley? I'm pretty sure it's
Burnley.
Yeah, Burnley. So, safety car will.
Haaland scored.
Haaland scored. Of course, Haaland scored. Why would anybody else score? He's literally like a robot. Swear. I don't think he's a real person. So while the safety car is going around the track, and there's nothing to really do or say apart from Matty Rambo obtaining a penalty, which I'm pretty sure is 3 seconds for track limits, the Alpine, who committed fraud against the Mercedes of Shocker, seeing him down into P10, which is not good for him. But I am currently watching the RLCS Worlds, and it's very interesting. Moist Esports versus FaZe Clan. and nothing to really say right now. This is lower bracket round 1. So yeah, tune into the after this, obviously.
De Bruyne's just come off injured.
De Bruyne is a German fraud. He is like Gabby, but German. Belgium, not German. Belgian.
German.
Yeah, no. Sorry, I have another person I'm talking to in here, but I've disabled his mic audio. But safety car is in this lap, and we could see another really good start from Kookaburra, and he's not got away from. I'm not speaking to John. I'm speaking to Aiko. Just Iconics. Okay. Anyway, Kookaburra was faster than Rhys through the bus stop and is able to get away. Has he managed to get out DRS? He has, but not for long, as Rhys is beginning to chase him down. He is not letting him get away because there might not be any more pit stops for the rest of the race. Is there going to be terrorism through Eau Rouge? And Dylan is going for the overtake on Black Charizard, and he makes it stick nearly as they're going almost wheel to wheel, as the Alpine wants in on some of that action as well. Did he make a move on the Red Bull as well? He did. The Red Bull lost 2 positions during that little squabble, and is Dylan trying to make a move on K1 as well? They're going wheel to wheel through sector 2. Kookaburra gets a 3-second time penalty, and he makes the move on K1 as well. Dylan's just made 3 overtakes in about 30 seconds. That was absolutely insane. Definitely clipping that. Chat, is this real? Sorry, why did I do that? That's just so weird. Rhys is up on his time. We could see him getting the fastest lap to secure another point for Ferrari, as Wave hasn't dropped off too much so far. Dylan had the restart of his life, but I think he's going to try and take these mediums to the end of the race, which will be very difficult since the tyre deg around this track is quite severe. But Rhys has at least another lap to try and get into the DRS zone of Kookaburra, and Kookaburra is not going to let it happen, as he is using his ERS as well as Rhys to try and make sure he can stay in first and not give the other team, or Ferrari for that matter, an advantage. Is K1 in the DRS zone of Dylan? I don't think he is by just, oh no, he is by 7/10, I think. Bananas in last. Don't know how that happened, but is he going to make a move on Kaya? Kaya, we all know, is not the fastest of them all. So can Bananas secure at least 1 measly little point for the team? No, not just yet. But Rhys and Wave less than 3 seconds behind the Mercedes, who has a 3-second time penalty. So as it stands, it's a Ferrari 1-2 without fraud from De Wick already. Wave has had an absolute insane race at the moment, and so has Dylan. Dylan's actually been doing very well, and I think him and K1 are definitely the underdogs. I know who I'm voting for driver of the day as far as it stands right now. Kookaburra and Rhys have had a fantastic battle for P1 and are having a fantastic battle for P1, but what happened? How has Rhys managed to, and there's been an incident through turn 1, and Bananas is in the wall, and I'm pretty sure Kaya has committed some fraudulence here, as Kookaburra has, after all of that battling with Rhys, has managed to get the DRS on Rhys and is making the overtake. Kookaburra's activated DRS heading into P1. Kookaburra playing DRS chicken there a little bit, letting Rhys get the overtake to not let him have DRS and stay in P1, which is a very smart play from the Mercedes to try and secure some extra points to be able to cover for his teammate, who is making some moves up the pack, but it's not going to be enough as P9 secures you, I'm pretty sure, only 2 or 3 points, as he does have a fight with Black Charizard and he only has 20 ERS, so I'm not sure if he can make the move. I think he should just wait until he can get into the DRS, but I don't think he wants to wait. I think he wants this position now, and Shocker almost has a spin there, and almost half spins, as there's been an incident, I think, from the Aston Martin of TMF, and he has spanned, so that is another free position gained from Shocker, and that little spin has slowed down Black Charizard, which has allowed for Shocker's little mistake to mean absolutely nothing. As K1 tries to overtake Dylan, I think he might get him on the next straight because of the DRS advantage, as it's such a long section. I think it's pretty much impossible to defend when you have no DRS, as Wave, I think, is trying to also overtake Rhys, or at least getting some slingshot to try and take down the Mercedes, who's going to have to defend from 2 Ferraris. Is chesneyrhys going to make it stick? Yes, he is. Kookaburra's not going to let it go, though, as he goes round the outside. Oh my days, Kookaburra is not letting this go. He has that time penalty. He is not safe from the Ferrari 1-2 just yet, and he does not want to let them have it on track. He wants to be first on track. He will not have his spirit broken, as K1 was not able to make the overtake on Dylan through the massive straight. What kind of DRS? The ERS situation between these two drivers is crazy. K1 definitely has the advantage and could definitely escape from Dylan out of the DRS to try and secure P4. And that is going to probably see K1 maybe into the podium positions if his pace is that much faster. He's going to try and make an overtake into the bus stop, but he just is too eager and has a bit of contact, and is way too eager and spins Dylan, who manages to recover it really well, to be fair to him. Doesn't lose that much time, and actually this plays into Dylan's favour if he has no wing damage. I mean, K1 is giving him the position back, but it's not going to matter because K1 has the DRS now. And that has let Kookaburra and Wave, no, Rhys and Wave take over. And oh, is that a safety car? I don't think it's enough, but Wave has not given Kookaburra the space that he could have wanted or needed to be able to go wheel to wheel down through there, and Wave has sunk himself all the way down into P5 and is losing positions because I think he might have a little bit of wing damage. If I could just get the camera angle to make sure of that, because he does. He has that. Why am I talking like I'm zesty, bro? What? I don't know why I'm talking like that. Anyway, that could see the Ferrari 1-2 out of commission, as K1 makes his way into P2, and Kookaburra has been forced off by Dylan and is now in P5. Wave and Kookaburra have absolutely been shafted. I'd probably put the blame on Wave, to be fair. He is not given the room, and he has forced Kookaburra to put him in a wall. And this could see Chesneyrhys for the third, I'm pretty sure, is the third win in a row for him, which will see him amazing points in the drivers' standings and the constructors as well, as he is free from DRS by a long way. He just has to take the tyres to the end. He has nothing to worry about, as K1 has to defend from Dylan, who has the pace and the Alpine. But not K1, Wave and Kookaburra boxing. It is not looking good for them. They have to beg and they have to hope for a safety car now. Otherwise, they are not going to be able to get good points for their constructors. And whilst it looked to be in Ferrari's favour, it is now in the favour of Mercedes, as Wave gets overtaken by TMF on the DRS straight, where Wave had his incident with Kookaburra, which allowed Rhys to really take control of the race. It's really what he needed, because either way, in the constructors, Ferrari, if I'll just have a look now who would be ahead here. I think it'll be Mercedes still, but not by a long way. Let's have a look. F2 constructors. I am wrong. They are tied on points, and I'm pretty sure if Mercedes don't do anything about the situation they're in right now, it could see Ferrari taking the lead after not having a driver for like the first 3 or 4 races, or not having a second driver for that matter, because Rhys was all by himself carrying Ferrari to the win, as TMF gets a 3-second time penalty, and Haas of K1 is just given Dylan this no competition, and has not prevented him from gaining any more time with the DRS, and just let him by, and he is now under the attack of 2-0 to City, and Kaya has spun going up Eau Rouge, and TMF and Wave are having a battle, and I think Wave is going to see himself some points now, some more points, so a little bit less points than he was going to if he didn't cause that incident. But this could be good for Ferrari, as I'm pretty sure as of now they will be leading constructors. But shocker, how far is he off Matty Rambo? He is quite far away. There is a massive battle for P2 going on right now, as things have kind of calmed down a little bit, and I don't need to shout and I don't need to be ecstatic, and I can relax a little bit. What about drivers? Let's talk about drivers. Rhys and Kookaburra are the top 2 in the F2 driver standings. Kookaburra is your Season 2 Drivers' Championship, and the only reason he is down here because he can't make the F1 times. If he wasn't down here, Rhys would be your Drivers' Champion, and without a doubt would be dominating the constructors' standings right now, because Red Bull had a banging start to the season with myself and Jono, but we got promoted to the higher division because of how much we were leading and how much we were gaining after not having a second driver for the first couple of races. And since we made the massive jump into the lead of the constructors and almost drivers as well, we were deemed too fast for the division, as Kaya spins again in the same exact place, which could let Kookaburra, who I'm pretty sure had to box again, get a point. So it is looking like Rhys will Rhys lead lead the drivers? I think it will be Reese to lead the drivers by 1 point, if I'm not wrong. Could I get some maths help here? What is 69 at 25 is 84? 94? Yes, 94. So Reese will be on 94. Yeah, I am sorry, I'm spastic. And with Kookaburra's amazing position right now, 1 point, he will see himself P2 with 84 points. So Reese has made a massive leap in the constructors and drivers. He is carrying Ferrari to both the titles for F2 and is doing quite well in F1. I think we could see a move up in a division for Reese next season of House of Racing, which, by the way, starts in some point in September or November, so make sure you apply for a seat. And because there are some amazing racing standards and amazing battles between a lot of the drivers here. Definitely in the higher division. The higher division is a lot more active, but I'm pretty sure the F2 division will become more active again considering the start of next season. Now, enough of that. Let's see. Dylan.
Racing standards.
Amazing racing standards in F1, I should specify. Well, I say amazing. They are better than it is here. Let's just say that. Shocker with a 3-second time penalty, and Dylan retiring from the session. Did he spin? I'm gonna get informed here. What happened? Dylan's fine. What happened? Dylan's not fine. Dylan is not fine. Dylan is out of the race, and there goes my driver of the day vote. I think Dylan had a spin or something and said, "Bun this. I can't be arsed."
He's not now faced with.
He's not. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. So Reese has ran away with the race right now. He's gained 3 seconds. K1 battling for podium here, but Matty Rambo has 0 ERS, 0 nilch nada. I don't think he's going to be able to take the position from K1, as K1 just has the pace. But Matty Rambo is in an Alpine as well, so that's another disadvantage. But K1 goes slightly wide through that corner. And let's see what is going to happen, because we all know that Reese is going to be your number one, your P1 for today's race. And even if he does spin, it's not like it's going to matter. He is almost 10 seconds up on P2. So really, the only interesting thing going down right now is the fight for P2 between the Alpine and the Haas. It's been a very eventful race so far, and it will continue to be, as not only Kookaburra is in P9, Shocker has made his way to P4, which will secure a decent amount of points for constructors. Let me just have another double check, because I'm not actually sure. So they are on the same points. I'm not sure. Right, how much did you get for P4 and how much do you get for P9? Because then I can do some mathematics and try and figure out who will be leading. And where is Wave? Wave is P6. What does P6 get you as well? So I can try and do some math and try and see. As it stands, who will be, because they both have the same amount of points, so really it is whose points add up to more. Because I don't think there'll be a change in positions. The Alpine backing out on the Haas of K1. He definitely could have made the dive bomb there. Would have been safe from P5 as well. let's see what does he have in store for us. Does he have some secret strategy that we don't know about? Or has Matty Rambo just ruined his chance? My voice is dying, sorry. Has Matty Rambo ruined his chances of of getting P2? Because he definitely could have, but again, wait, hold on. It's penalties. Wait, hold on. There's something I need to do. Okay, so currently, yeah, Matty Rambo will see himself in P3. I'm pretty sure his first podium, but as Rhys comes around the final couple of corners through the bus stop, Chesneyrhys for your third week in a row. Matty Rambo P2. Why Matty Rambo P2? For the collision that happened with K1. Wait, how is Matty Rambo P2? Am I stupid? Cheers. Can someone tell me? I mean, we'll find out later today anyway, but who, or is it tomorrow? No, it's tomorrow. We'll find out, but I want to know now.
K1 spun Dylan.
K1 spun, that's what happened. Via terrorism. So, depending on if Dylan gives a shit, and depending on the penalty that K1 does get, Matty Rambo could see himself P2.
I give a shit.
You give a shit. Okay, so you're gonna report it for Dylan to try and get Matty Rambo, the Alpine fraud. Yeah, but like, it's an Alpine. He's in an Alpine. You're gonna give Alpine fraud points?
And clipping it.
And clipping it? Wow. You know what? I respect that. You better not come for me because I'm in an Alpine as well. Never mind.
Alpine supporter.
Dub. I can't get flamed by you then. I know I'm safe. So Rhys, for the I'm pretty sure it's the third week in a row. Give me a minute.
My favourite driver is Gasly.
Fair enough. I do like a bit of Gasly. So what happened? F2 race results. Rhys went first in both Portugal and so this is a third win in a row for Rhys, which is very impressive. Kaya's in game chat. What a not fraud. Gabby take notes. Says Ross to about, you know, just how Rhys is just not a fraud, but Gabby is. But there is your race winner, there is your standings. And Kookaburra has been warned for bad word usage, so we have an insight on how he's feeling after that race. But and typical American. Okay, well, I'm gonna end it there. We will not have discrimination in the live stream, but we will in the Discord server. So F2 drivers chat is where it's all going down. See you next week for, I'm pretty sure it's Silverstone, so another exciting race. Tune into the stream on Sunday to see where I come, because I'm like the most important person there. Goodbye.